you a severe weather alert.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. I know it's a bad time to break into programming. I know we have golf on KOAM and Fox 14, but I'm going to be as quick as I can here in the purple. Tornado watch is in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. More pressing matter, though, this severe thunderstorm warning that quickly fired up for eastern Crawford, eastern Cherokee, Barton, Jasper, and the northern half of Newton County. That is in effect until 5:15. The reason the warning went out is for this storm running along 69 from the Bourbon-Crawford County line all the way down to about Baxter Springs. That line capable of producing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and maybe some nickel-sized hail. We had that line moving to the east and northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So we'll get a quick storm track on this one for you. We'll even go into Ottawa County, too, because that cell's looking pretty strong just outside of Miami. Let's take this out over the next hour. Riverton, 430. Carl Junction, 440. Downtown dropping by 446. Close to MSSU and North Park Mall by about 451. Lamar, 459. Then Neosho, Granby, and Sarcoxy after 5 o'clock. With this line, again, the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust the main threat, but I wouldn't be surprised if we tried to get a quick spin-up tornado out of this, so I'm definitely keeping a close eye on that. I want to bring your attention to these other individual storms popping up ahead of the line. We got to keep an eye on these. If they try and pop up in our area, they may be inclined to rotate, and we've had a few tornado touchdowns already, but no tornado warnings in our area right now, just a severe thunderstorm warning. Keep it tuned here to KOAM and Fox 14. We're breaking only as necessary, but for now, we'll keep you advised.
For him not to be playing.
Oh, please!
We interrupt regular programming to bring you a severe weather alert.
Good afternoon again. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. My apologies for interrupting golf again, but this is for good reason now, especially. A tornado warning has just gone out for eastern Crawford County and western parts of Barton County. That is a brand new tornado warning out. That is in effect. If I can query the warning for you here until 5:15, we had a rotation really pick up just outside of Pittsburgh. It is located over Frontenac right now. It's slowly moving northeast at about 10 miles per hour. At last check, we do not have anything confirmed on the ground, and I'm keeping an eye on the weather chat and getting words from spotters out. But even though they're not seeing anything, we have a lot of heavy rain with this storm as well. So it's going to be difficult to see anything coming should something try to drop. But we can double check with the velocities here, and there's your rotation right there. North side of Pittsburgh, right around Frontenac. Let me draw a circle on here just to show you where that rotation is. It's located right there between Yale and Pittsburgh, right over Frontenac. That's slowly moving east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. So let's have you folks in that red polygon go to your safe place. We'll draw a track for you here. Take this northeast at about 10 miles per hour. We'll go ahead and say 15, though, in case this decides to pick up a little speed as it moves along. So we'll take this out close to the next hour. That rotation by itself alone might hold together come near Cornell and Minden mines by the time we get to 4:50 to 5 o'clock. But in general, though, it's a heads up for everybody in that red polygon from just outside of Liberal to as far south as downtown Pittsburgh, especially clipping Meadowbrook Mall. So everybody in that polygon, be in your safe place. We don't have anything on the ground, so we'll just continue to keep you updated. If we need be, we'll cut back in as necessary, and we'll have Skywatch Storm Alert scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Just keep it tuned here. We'll keep you advised.
We interrupt regular programming to bring you a severe weather alert.
Good afternoon again. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly, and once again, I apologize for interrupting golf. But I want to give you an update on these storms that have prompted some severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings. First and foremost, broad overview in the purple, tornado watch until 9 o'clock. It's all because of the storms that we've been seeing fire up on the Skywatch Storm Tracker radar network. We have individual cells just south of Jay and Bentonville. Those aren't severe right now, but our main concern is this line stretching from Minden Mines down through the Missouri state line, just about to the northern shores of Grand Lake and northern parts of Delaware County. Let's focus on our tornado warning first and foremost. Thankfully, this tornado warning for eastern Crawford, western Barton, that continues until 5:15, but thankfully I have not seen any reports coming in of anything on the ground. That being said, There's a lot of heavy rain involved with that part of the thunderstorm too, so if anything tries to drop, spotters are having a little bit of a tough time trying to see what may or may not be touching the ground. So go ahead, if you're still in eastern Crawford County, north of Pittsburgh, around Frontenac, working to the east, and to about US 160 and 43 in parts of Barton County. Be in your safe place, continue your tornado safety precautions. We had an update to our severe thunderstorm warning. This continues for eastern Crawford, eastern Cherokee, Barton, Jasper, and a good portion of Newton County, all the way down from 32nd Street to Neosho. That continues until 5:15. We have emergency management reporting 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's the main threat with this storm for now, but I will want to bring this to your attention, though. Within this line, if I can quickly pop up the velocities for you here, we are trying to see little signs of rotation popping up along this line. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on this line. There could be a quick spin-up tornado, and if one tries to go, we may see new tornado warnings coming out. Then again, we don't have any active tornado warnings for the Joplin area right now. It's just that lone tornado warning now confined to western parts of Barton County, right around Minden Mines. We'll continue to keep you updated with Skywatch Storm Alert at the bottom of your screen. Should we need to prompt it back in, we will do so. In the meantime, keep it tuned here to KOAM and Fox 14. We'll keep you advised.
In the dial with a 65. There's the schedule for the...
We interrupt regular programming to bring you a severe weather alert.
Good afternoon again. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. Wanted to give you a quick update on the severe weather that we still have rotating through the area. If there's any good news, the tornado warning that we have still for western Barton County, we're going to lose that once we hit 5:15 precisely on the clock. And thankfully, we've only had just radar indicated rotation, no funnels observed, nothing touched the ground, and that rotation thankfully continues to weaken. So give yourself about another minute and 15 seconds if you're around Minden Mine and close to Highway 43 and US 160, or make that 126 probably. If you're in there, especially around Liberal, between Nashville, Liberal, and Minden Mines, you've got about another minute, then you will be given the all clear from that warning. We still continue with severe thunderstorm warnings, though, for Barton, Jasper, and working down to Newton County to about the south side of Neosho, close to Crowder College, up until about 5:15 at last check, but I would not be surprised if the Weather Service continues to extend the severe thunderstorm warnings. So far, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible. Haven't observed any wind gusts of that strength, but I do want to bring your attention to this, though. Let's look at velocities inside this line. Thankfully, I am not seeing any tight, organized rotation. I was keeping an eye on an area south of the Twin Hills Country Club near Country Club Drive and 32nd. That rotation continues to weaken. It looks very unimpressive. Not seeing any rotation around Webb City. So thankfully, we don't have any signs of a tornado trying to spin up along this line nearing the I-49 corridor at this time. And if we could quickly, if we could pop up camera 3, if we could, I want to bring this to everybody's attention too. We got word from the Baxter Springs Fire Department. A lightning strike hit one of their tornado sirens and apparently turned it on, but it's just a false alarm. We do not have any active tornado warnings for Baxter Springs. I just want to be sure we make that crystal clear and pass that along to you. In the meantime, we'll continue to keep an eye on these storms, and I will not be going anywhere until they move on out. Keep it tuned here to KOAM and Fox 14. We'll keep you advised.
We interrupt regular programming to bring you a severe weather alert.
Good late afternoon, early evening. I am certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. We have a brand new tornado warning out that covers a good portion of Newton County. You can easily see the red polygon just southwest of Neosho, just southwest of the intersection of Business Loop 60 and Interstate 49 that runs north to south across Newton County. Let's quickly clear that warning. This is in effect until 6 o'clock. We actually have 2 rotations with this storm. That's why we had this tornado warning out. This also will include, in addition to Neosho and parts of Crowder College, this will go close to Granby, Newtonia, close to Stark City, Ritchie, Monarch Springs, Berwick, Wentworth as well, as long as Highway J between Wentworth and Diamond, and going south of Diamond along 59 before you work into Neosho. So for those folks there, we want you to be in a safe place, and we actually have a brand new tornado warning as well. So let's cover these 2 tornado warnings here while we have the time. This tornado warning for eastern make that southeastern Jasper, northwestern Lawrence County. That is until 6:15. We have rotation picking up near Dunaweg or close to Carthage as well, moving to the east at 25. So let's get the radar on here. Let's see what we're looking at. The first tornado warning for Neosho is for a storm that's kind of on its own. It's separate from the line, but it is rotating quite a bit. You can see the latest sweep there from the Springfield side of the radar network. Let's quickly look at the velocities on here. And I do indeed have two areas of rotation. Let's go quickly in for quick reference here. It is close to Monarch Springs, just east of where 59 and 86 intersect. And then we have another one south of Belfast, just west of the 49 Business 60 interchange on the southwest side of Neosho. Both of those areas could be capable of producing funnel clouds, not at the very least a tornado. So everybody in that red polygon, including Neosho, points north and east. Be in your safe place right now. Let's look at the storm that has a tornado warning out for Jasper County, southeastern Jasper County, northwestern Lawrence. And again, this does not include the city of Joplin. You are not under a tornado warning, but it's the leading edge of the storm, stretching from Carthage all the way down to about the Fidelity exit near 44 and 49. Along that leading edge is where we have a rotation trying to spin on up. So let's quickly pop on the velocities here. It looks very messy, but anywhere along that line, we will have the chance for maybe a quick tornado to spin on up. So let's do a few quick storm tracks. Let me do a quick check of everything here. I don't have any fresh reports. So far, all these tornado warnings are radar indicated. So let's do a few quick storm traps before we get you back to CBS Weekend News on KOAM and golf on Fox 14. And I apologize for interrupting golf, but with tornado warnings, we don't wait for anybody. We just get on and we let you know. First and foremost, the storm prompting a tornado warning in southeastern Jasper County. That is moving east at 25. Let's get a quick storm track on this one. Take this out over the next 45 minutes. Avila, Sarcoxy between 540 and 550. Be in your safe place. Red Oak by 554. Then Rescue, Stott City, and Miller once we get past the 6 o'clock hour. So for you folks there, if you're in or near those towns, be in your safe place right now. And then down to Neosho, or the storms around Neosho, that storm is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So let's just do a general heads up from the storm on the northeast side of town, close to Granby as well. So that's going to be a heads up for Granby within the next few minutes. One rotation will be passing with another one trailing right behind it, so be in your safe place. Ritchie at 548 and then close to Wentworth by 6:05. That's all we have for now. We don't have anything on the ground. No damage reports for now. If anything new comes back into us, or if we have anything on the ground, we will cut back in. For now, we'll keep you updated with Skywatch Storm Alert at the bottom of your screen. Keep it tuned here. We'll keep you advised.
Avenue in Manhattan says
We interrupt regular programming to bring you a severe weather alert.
Good evening again. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. Just when we're done covering the tornado warnings that are out, we have a brand new one popping up. This new tornado warning is for most of Barton County and also includes the southeastern parts of Vernon County. That tornado warning highlighted for you there is in effect until 6 o'clock. We have two rotations within this storm as well. We have within this storm one rotation that is pretty close to Lamar, moving east at 25, and another area of rotation near Verdella. So let's just go ahead and quickly zoom in. You see where the tornado warning goes. As far north as Drywood and far east is Montevallo, and then south just shy of Jericho Springs. And it includes a good portion of Barton County too, from Liberal, most of 43, along and north of US 160. It includes all of I-49, Doylesport, Lamar, Golden City, and just stopping shy of the northern sides of downtown Jasper. So let me quickly pop on the velocities here. Let's see if we can find out where these rotations are. There we go. One just on the south sides of Lamar, not too far from the southern sides of Lamar, right about there. That rotation is on the move to the east at about 25 miles per hour. And we had another rotation around Verdella. Let's see if we can find that quickly for you. And I would say it's pretty close to actually Barton City too. So if I can get my telestrator on here for you. This is another area of rotation on the backside of this line. That's also moving to the east at about 25 miles per hour. So instead of doing storm tracks on this particular tornado warning, let me quickly take the radar data off. Let me just go over who needs to be in their safe place. South side of Brana, Drywood, Montevallo, areas just south of Milo, Dover, hopping over the county line to Barton City, Liberal, Leroy, Doylesport, Newport, Lamar, Norfolk, and then down the Golden City. Be in your safe place right now. We have two areas where we could have rotation that could lead to a tornado at any time. And not to mention, if you don't see a tornado out of this, you'll definitely get walloped with a lot of heavy rain along with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And right now, latest check here, we have the rotation strong near Verdella. It's also trying to tighten up right over the city of Lamar, too. So we'll touch base on that one in just a moment. Quick update on the tornado warning. Actually, let's go south into Newton County. Fresh update on that one. We had the storm right over Neosho and with another possible rotation that could lead to a tornado northeast of Granby, both moving east and northeast at 25 miles per hour. So far, nothing on the ground with those, but let's verify it for ourselves here. Let's look inside. The winds inside this thunderstorm, and clear as day. Right there, we have that rotation right around Granby right there, and then at least on the northern sides of Neosho right there. So those two areas, both rotating, both could drop a tornado at any time, both moving to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. So if you haven't done so already, downtown Neosho, then Monarch Springs, Granby, Stark City, Newtonia, Ritchie, Berwick, Wentworth, and even going up to as far north as the county line before you head north on 37 into Sarcoxie, you should be in your safe place. And then we have the rotation that is working across Missouri 37 on the southeastern parts of Jasper County. So Carthage, I would say give it another 5 to 10 minutes and you'll be in the all clear for this tornado warning, but areas along and east of 37, definitely Sarcoxie. Before you work over into Lawrence County, be in your safe place right now. We can do a quick double check on this one before we try and take a little break and gather fresh information. Not seeing any organized rotation along the leading edge, but with that said, maybe some potential on the backside for this to rotate. So in general, let's just say if you're still in that red polygon, we want you to stay in your safe place. From Carthage down to Fidelity as you work south of 49, Sarcoxie, Reeds, along Missouri Highway 37, Missouri 96 as you work into Lawrence County. And if you know anybody on the roads in these tornado warning polygons, be sure you get a hold of them, tell them to get off the road and find sturdy shelter nearby. That's all the information I have for now. If we have any fresh information, if we have anything touching the ground, we'll be right back on the air. In the meantime, we'll keep you advised and we'll get you back to programming right now.
Do not take Jardiance.
We interrupt regular programming to bring you a severe weather alert.
Good afternoon, late evening again. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. Let's just start with a broad overview of what's going on, and we'll break things down as we go through the next few minutes here. In the purple, we still have a tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock. In fact, I will query that for you. In the yellow, we have severe thunderstorm warnings. That'll continue at least until 6 o'clock, but the way these storms are holding together, I would not be surprised if we had additional severe thunderstorm warnings continue onward from Barton, Newton, McDonald, and Jasper counties beyond 6 o'clock. So areas east of 49, getting close to Stockton Lake and maybe the western side of Table Rock Lake. That's a heads up for you all. First and foremost, though, let's focus on our tornado warnings now. We have 4 of them out, especially this newest one that has just gone into effect for northeastern parts of McDonald County, southeastern Newton, and northwestern parts of Berry County. Let's start with who's in the tornado warning polygon. We go from Bethpage along Missouri 76, up along Route CC to Stella, Wheaton, just northwest of Ridgely, and then Eclipse Purdy as you go into northwestern parts of Berry County, Wheaton, Pioneer, Stella, and just south and east of Wanda, and then staying to the east of Newtonia and close to the small community of Jolly. If I called out your camp, be in your safe place now, because we just had this storm intensify over the past 10 to 15 minutes, and it is picking up some strong rotation with it now. By the way the reflectivity looks, I think it's just south and west of Stella. In fact, we can look inside the storm and see for ourselves, and the bullseye is right there. It's a good indication of strong rotation. Just northeast of Bethpage, between Stella and Bethpage, rather, where Route CC starts to intersect with Missouri 76. That's where that strong rotation is right now. And let's quickly move up to our tornado warning that we got a fresh update on now. We go up to Barton County and southern parts of Vernon County. We now actually have a tornado debris signature showing up on radar between Irwin and Sheldon. We're talking about areas just to the east of 49. In fact, let's see if we can find it for ourselves here. Let's pop on the correlation coefficient, and that is your bullseye right there. Now, if we could quickly pop up camera 3, if we could, I'll explain what you're looking at on radar. Ever since we went to dual polarity, 2 separate beams, one the vertical, one the horizontal. It's able to determine the size and the shape of the different echoes that it picks up. When you see CCs drop like that, we are talking about echoes that are not rain and hail. We are picking up tornadic debris in this storm. So we're going to stay with this for a while as long as we have tornado debris on the air, or at least while we're on the air. So let's take you right back to Max Storm if we could. Let's continue to track this, where this is heading. It is north and west of Milford. It is just south and east of Sheldon and Doylesport. So just to the east of 49, that confirmed tornado is in northern parts of Barton County right now. Just for a reference here, this does not include Lamar, but Lamar, you're still in that tornado warning polygon. We want you to be in your safe place. We will continue to urge everybody in northern parts, and you can even see that in the reflectivity right there just alone, where we have this hook in the backside right there. That is where our tornado is, and the Weather Service out of Springfield making the good call there, issuing a new tornado warning because of what's on the ground in northern parts of Barton County. That new tornado warning is for Barton, Cedar, and Vernon until 6:45. We have that storm close, if not on top of Sheldon, and it is actually producing that tornado between Sheldon and Doylesport. It is continuing moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. So before we touch base on the other tornado warnings that we have, let's track this particular storm. We'll take the cone out, move it northeast at about 40 miles per hour, let's say over the next 34 minutes. Dover, you have until 6:06 before this confirmed tornado tries to make a run into town. So be in your safe place right now. Montevallo, 6:14. Pacetown, 6:23. El Dorado Springs, 6:30. So again, for you folks there, be in your safe place, the safest place that you know. Interior closet or bathroom in the center of the house with as many walls between you and the outside works just fine. And if you can, safe room, storm cellar, basement, underground if you can. Those are your best options. Mobile homes are not safe. We want everybody that's in the mobile home, if you have the time, get out, find sturdier shelter nearby. Let's go on to our other tornado warnings now. We will check base on the tornado warning out in southeastern parts of Jasper County, just to the west of Missouri 39. As you work into parts of Lawrence County, haven't seen any new particular updates with that one, but the sirens have been sounding in Sarcoxie. So, obviously a good call there, since Sarcoxie is indeed in that tornado warning polygon. Not seeing any confirmed reports of anything on the ground, be it a tornado or a funnel cloud, but let's do a quick double check, see what we have going on. You could argue maybe a little rotation trying to spin up just to the south and west of Sarcoxie, just west of a 37 before it shoots straight north into the south side of town. But along that leading edge again, there could be maybe a quick spin up trying to come around Bowers Mill and then eventually trying to go into Red Oak. But the scenario's still the same. Even if there is a tornado on the ground, we still want everybody in that red polygon east of Carthage, from Sarcoxie north up to about Red Oak, and before you hit Mount Vernon, be in your safe place right now. Let's go back to our, actually let's look at Newton County. The tornado warning we had earlier for central and eastern parts of Newton County, that tornado warning that went from Newton, or make that downtown Neosho, all the way up to Berwick and Granby and getting close to Jolly. That tornado warning's been allowed to expire. It looks like that storm was just involved into the main line itself. So Neosho, you're in the all clear for now. Same goes for Berwick, Diamond, also for Granby. You're not in the all clear though. As soon as you work south and east of Newtonia and Stark City, Pioneer, Stella, Wheaton, we want everybody there to be in a safe place. We last check had a circulation 2 miles south and east of Stella. Let's see. From the emergency management out of McDonald County, I'm having Greg Sweden saying the fire chief out of Stella reporting a south rotation and a lowering east of Longview on Tiger Road. So that looks like that rotation is trying to put at least a funnel, if not a tornado, on the ground. That is what's going on around Stella. And velocities, the winds inside the storm seem to certainly back that up. To give you a brief recap here, when we're looking at the winds inside the storm, we're looking at it from the Springfield Airport over in Greene County. We see the reds here. Those are winds going away from the radar, and the greens are winds blowing toward the radar. So right where the two come together, that's where we have our rotation. And according to the latest reports here, we had at least a rotation and at least a lowering close to Longview on Tiger Road. So for those of you in northeastern parts of McDonald County, southeastern Newton County, we'll go over who's in the polygon once again here. Stella, Bethpage, Wheaton, along Missouri 76 that runs up to CC before 76 runs into Berry County near Wheaton and Burtonville. Be in your safe place. Highway HH up to Missouri 86, and then 97 around Pioneer and close to Jolly. We want you all to be in your safe place now. Can't confirm a tornado with that, but the rotation is there. It's trying to lower something. We'll keep a very close eye on that one. Let's take a look back at the latest on our tornado warning up in northeastern parts of Barton County and southeastern Vernon. Let's take a look and see if we still have that tornado on the ground. Velocity seems to suggest still there's strong rotation with this thunderstorm. Let's look at the correlation coefficient, and I'm still seeing that drop in the correlation coefficient product. If I had a possible tornado confirmed on radar, it is just south and east of Drywood. It is lifting over the Barton-Vernon County line. Let's go in a little tighter, see if we can pick out a few more spots for you here. And better yet, we'll give you some crossroads here. In fact, it's passing right over the city of Sheldon right now. So hopefully everybody in Sheldon is in their safe place right now, because I will pop up the CC once again, and I will illustrate this for you all. And if we actually could, let's pop up a camera too, if we could, at the wall, please. And I'll point out to the folks at home what we're seeing with this. We're looking at the correlation coefficient here again. The dual polar Doppler radars sending out two beams, one in the horizontal, one in the vertical. They're able to compare the size and the shape of these different echoes that are being picked up. And when the news suite comes back in here, we see where this really pops. Whenever we see a CC drop like that, we have at least a tornado debris signature. And from what I've seen throughout the years that we've used CC to help correlate with tornado touchdowns, this is verified almost every time. So I would say we still have a tornado on the ground. South and east of Drywood, north of Sheldon, east of 49. We want you all to be in your safe place right now. Again, where is that going to be? The safest place that you know, interior closet or bathroom. If you can't get below ground, just be in the centermost portion of your home or apartment as you can. Put as many walls between you and the outside. If you can, get underground. Basement, storm cellar, storm shelter, or safe room. Those are all good options to go. And if you're out ahead of this near Dover and close to Montevallo and getting close to Highway E, coming east out of 49, you have just enough time to, if you're in a mobile home, get out, find better shelter nearby, because that is a tornado debris signature that continues to show up here on the Skywatch Storm Tracker radar. So we're not going anywhere until we at least get this tornado off the ground. So let's do some more advanced tracking on this. We are going to go double checking on the speed of this storm. We have this moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. In fact, let's just do a wider track with that storm that is mainly a big problem for southern parts of Vernon County, stretching from Drywood over to about the southeastern corner of the county. Let's take this north and east over the next 35 minutes. Montevallo, 612. It may skirt just outside of the downtown limits of Montevallo, but it's close enough, and as long as you're in that track, we want you in your safe place right now. Badger, 617. Virgil, 620. Cedar Creek, 626. El Dorado Springs by 629. Cedar Springs by 634. And then coming close to Crook Springs at about 640. We are going to hop back south now we will check in on our tornado warning in northeastern parts of McDonald County, southeastern parts of Newton County, and northwestern Berry County. Latest report I'm getting from emergency management out of McDonald County, Greg Sweden. Stella Fire Department is seeing a funnel cloud in rotation 3 miles west of Rocky Comfort. So that storm, whether we like it or not, it's trying to spin up and get a tornado on the ground. So let's go back to our velocities. Let's pierce inside this storm, and there is that bullseye right there. We will go a little bit tighter, and we'll shift that over. It is just north of Highway A between Stella and Wheaton, just to the east of Wanda. That is where we have that strong rotation and where we had the Stella Fire Department seeing a funnel cloud and rotation about 3 miles west of Rocky Comfort as well. At least that's one rotation. Let's get over to Rocky Comfort. We'll move our velocity scope out here. And that's about where we had it before, pretty much. Or actually, maybe that's a newer, nope, that's actually the same rotation. I mean, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm rambling a little bit, folks. I'm looking at this in real time, just like you are, just verifying that we aren't dealing with 2 possible tornadoes here. But that is a strong rotation that the Stella Fire Department has been observing. It's still holding together with the latest sweep and the Skywatch Storm Tracker. It is going to come close to crossing Highway HH and 86, where the 2 interstates intersect. And if we just track that out, if we just take a simple arrow line to show you where this may want to go, it is going to come close to Pioneer. In fact, let me take the scope off here and let me show you. It will be coming close to Pioneer and maybe getting close to 97 as we go into northwestern Berry County. Not a tornado on the ground with that one, but strong rotation with that, at least producing a funnel and trying to get a tornado on the ground. So we want everybody north and east of Stella, at least around Stella. Let's keep you in your safe place for another 10 to 15 minutes. Same goes for Wheaton. The tornado, if it tries to develop, it's going to move away from Stella and Wheaton, but as long as you're close by, we want you in your safe place. But Pioneer along HH and 86 as you come out of Stark City and Newtonia, that is the area where we want you all in your safe place. Let's go north to our tornado warning that's still in effect for southeastern Jasper and northwestern parts of Lawrence County. And we're actually now seeing another strong rotation picking up near Cassville. So that's going to be a new tornado warning that'll be coming out. So let's actually take a quick refresh here. And let's break down what we're seeing here. And if we could help, let's pop up camera 3, if we could, please. We have at least a tornado watch in the purple that is in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. In the yellow, we have severe thunderstorm warnings running east of the I-49 corridor. And here, let me actually pop up in front of here for you. Thank you. The yellow, those are severe thunderstorm warning polygons for at least 60 to maybe 70 mile per hour wind gusts. We haven't had much hail in these. The main threat with these storms as they continue east, it's going to be the wind. And along some parts of this line, we are seeing those rotations spin up. That is why we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings out in progress right now. And we will get you right back to the radar product. And I want to see what is going on with that latest tornado warning that just went out for central Berry County. That's actually a new storm that popped up pretty quickly over the course of, well, look at that. It started out as maybe nothing around the Seligman as it came out of Benton County, Arkansas. But given the environment that it has, we have picked up some rotation on this now. So let's pierce inside this storm that is just along and north of the downtown limits of Cassville. And you can easily see where that strong rotation is. In fact, let me get on the wall again. Let me show you all here what we're looking at. This is a new tornado warning for central Berry County, from Cassville on to the north, along 37 near Butterfield, close to Jenkins, and even coming close to Missouri Highway 248. If you're in the city limits of Cassville, especially north, we are seeing a rotation tighten up here. We're looking at the winds from the Springfield radar. When you see the reds here, the winds are blowing away from the radar, south and west, and then we got the green showing northeast. So right in there, just north of Cassville, riding along, I believe that is Missouri 112. We have Missouri 76. And then here is again Missouri Highway 248. Areas north of there, north of Cassville, from downtown north. No tornado on the ground with this at last check, but there may be a funnel trying to drop out of this, so we want everybody there to be in a safe place. So let me hop back over to the computer. Let's get a fresh storm track on this, and let's see what the latest is on this tornado warning. We have this out until 6:45, right over the city of Cassville. That's where we've been tracking it, moving north, actually, at 25 miles per hour. So let's get a storm track on this one for you here. Let me readjust the speed to about 25 miles per hour. We're going to go in the southern half of this storm, and I might be giving you all a little extra heads up here. We're taking this out a little fast, but I'd rather you get to your safe place as soon as you can before this storm tries to catch up on you. Butterfield, 6:16. McDowell, 6:30. Majory by 6:39. Then Pleasant Ridge by 6:42. And Sage Hill at 6:49. Let's go back north. We need to touch base again on our tornado warning that is now in southeastern parts of Vernon County. This is an area where we still had a pretty good indication of tornado debris being picked up on radar. And if I pop up the CCs on here, thankfully, for the time being, I am seeing that drop off. That doesn't mean that we can't get another tornado out of this. But what this is telling me is if we go back over the past few minutes here, we can see how that area of lower CC, the correlation coefficient, really telling us the radar out of Springfield is picking up tornado debris, and it was showing it just south and east of Drywood. Hopefully it didn't impact the community of Sheldon, and for the time being I am not seeing, at least by radar, signs of a tornado on the ground. With that said, do we still have rotation in this storm? Well, actually, it's trying to loosen up a little bit, but as I say that, it looks like a new rotation is trying to get going just southwest of Montevallo, north of Highway B, just north of the Barton-Vernon County line. As long as we don't have a tornado on the ground, let me double check things here before we do a quick recap, then we'll get you back to programming in a moment, and so we can gather any fresh information that we can, and we'll even check in around Sheldon and see if we have any reports of damage out of there. Yeah, so far I am not seeing signs that a tornado may still be on the ground for southeastern Vernon County. Last check of anything on the ground with that was maybe about 10 to 15 minutes ago. Not seeing any new updates there. So let me go back to the radar map. Let me query the tornado warnings that we had. Then we'll get you back to programming in a moment here so we can regather and get fresh information. That tornado warning continues for southeastern Vernon, western Cedar, and northwestern Barton County. That is in effect, northeastern Barton County, pardon me. In effect until 6:45, although you saw for yourself with the radar, it's mainly an issue now for Cedar County and Vernon County. That's in effect until 6:45. Thankfully, we had a tornado warning out for southeastern Jasper and northwestern Lawrence expire. We will continue looking south and east. A quick update on that tornado warning that was in effect for southeastern Newton and northeastern McDonald. That echo has been trimmed back to, if I can just query that one more time for you here, 6:45 so far, radar indicated. Funnels have been trying to reach the ground, but nothing has touched down yet. But if you're in that polygon in northwestern Berry County, be in your safe place until 6:45. And again, that new tornado warning for central Berry County for the storm north of Cassville, moving north of 25. Central and northeastern parts of Berry County, 6:45. Be in your safe place now. We'll take a break here. We'll gather information as we can. And if we need to, we'll get back on the air as soon as we can. For right now, let's get you back to programming.
Weapon. We interrupt regular programming to bring you a severe weather alert.
We are back. I am certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. We're continuing to watch these strong to severe thunderstorms, including all these tornado warnings, eventually but slowly and surely working east out of our area. With that said, we still have at least a few tornado warnings on the board. First and foremost is that one up in southeastern parts of Vernon County and clipping the western parts of Cedar County, just to the west of Stockton. That's still in effect until 6:45. Now, as we switch back to the radar, apologize for that jump on the map there, but let's zoom back in. We apparently still have signs of a tornado still on the ground. So let's take our time here. Let's be sure we give everybody a heads up before this storm moves into Cedar Cedar County. Once it does, we can hand that off to the Springfield television market, since that is pretty much their territory, especially once the storm works east of Stockton and east of 39. Let's look at the velocities in here. Not seeing immediate strong signs of rotation, but if we try and pop up the CC, the correlation coefficient, so far I'm not seeing immediate signs of tornado debris that really stand out to me like earlier when this storm was working close to Drywood and over Sheldon, close to 49 and Highway B in the southern parts of the county. With that said, though, as long as we still have a tornado warning out, we want everybody in southeastern Vernon County from about Drywood, south and east of Milo, south and east of Badger, up to El Laredo Springs, Montevallo, Jericho Springs, Philly, and Willowville to be in your safe place. We'll touch base on that again in just a moment. Let me take the radar data off and see. This is a new tornado warning for all of Dade County and northern parts of Lawrence County, especially as you go from looks like Mount Vernon on to the north. It goes as far south as Stott City and Freistadt. We'll do a one-over on this, but as soon as that storm crosses over 39, that's definitely more into Springfield territory. So we'll stay with this one for a little bit as well, or keep tabs on this as well. If any indication, though, I have not seen any sure signs of a tornado on the ground with this one, but we do have, within this storm, little areas of rotation trying to spin up, and you could argue quite a few areas. You could argue in the western part of Dade County, we have between Golden City and Greenfield along US 160 before 160 intersects with Missouri Highway 97 that runs north to south. That could be a developing mesovortice or little area of rotation trying to spin up. We can move south. We have another potential area. It looks very broad, but nonetheless, it's rotation trying to spin up north of Miller near Olinger, just on the west side of Missouri Highway 39 coming out of Miller. And if we tilt our scope down just to the south, this is where I think we have the stronger rotation with this particular tornado warning, just on the western side of Miller, just north and west of the intersection of Missouri 96 and Missouri 39. If we had a tornado try to drop with that one, it's going to be right about there. So everybody that gets our signal out, or if you know folks out in Cedar County, Dade County as well, including going into parts of Lawrence County, underneath the tornado warnings, we be sure you give them a heads up, tell them to be in their safe place. We'll do one more do-over of the tornado warnings that we do still have out for northwestern Berry County. That is until 6:45. Haven't seen any new reports out of this, so far, if we're not getting much report out of this, especially reports of bad damage, that's good. Haven't seen any of that coming out of northwestern Berry County right now. With that said, still strong rotation with that, moving northeast at 40, so areas around Purdy and where 97 runs up to the Berry-Lawrence County line west of Milnett. We want you to be in your safe place. And let's do a quick double check of the tornado warning for northeastern Berry County. Even though that is mainly Springfield territory, we'll give this one more do-over before we hand that particular storm off to the Springfield television market. Let me do a quick double check of velocities here. That rotation certainly sticks out. Looking at the winds coming away from the radar in Springfield and winds blowing toward the red and the greens, they're tightening up. So we could see something try and spin up out of this. So areas north of Butterfield, around Jenkins, Pleasant Ridge, northeastern parts of Berry County, be in your safe place now. And we can give an all clear to Cassville. We can do a double check here. If you know anybody out in Cassville in their safe place, you can tell them to come on out. They are all clear from that tornado warning. And let's take a look at this pretty quickly here. And let's just take a look at the brand new severe thunderstorm warning, or a refresh of this one. This severe thunderstorm warning for the entire line of strong to severe storms working through. That is in effect until 7 o'clock. This is capable of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This moving slowly to the east at 15 miles per hour. But if we could pop up to camera 2, oh, that's already up. Thank you very much. Let me break down what this means for everybody. as this continues to move east, this is our shot for strong to severe storms. Once we get this out of here, we may have some additional rogue showers, maybe a few random thunderstorms going into late tonight into tomorrow morning. With that said, though, once we get this out of here, that is the end of our severe threat for the night. So we got until about 7, maybe 8 o'clock, and then we could say goodbye and good riddance to the severe threat that we've had throughout the course of the day. Before I get you back over to programming, though, let me do a quick double check and make sure that we don't have anything on the ground with that storm that is in eastern parts of Vernon County, and this is east of Nevada. Nevada, you are not involved in this. Drywood, even though you're technically still under the tornado warning, if you're in your safe place, you can come on and out. You're pretty much in the all clear, and the same goes around, let's say, Stella as well. If you're near Montevallo, give this until the expiration time of about 6:45 or so, then you'll be all clear from this storm. Let me do a quick check on the velocities, see if I can pick out if we have any signs of rotation. It's not exactly a clear-cut defined rotation, but I would say just north of Montevallo. Last check, though, I'm not seeing any reports or any signs of tornado debris being popped up. That being said, though, a little suspicious about this spot just south of 54, halfway between Nevada and El Dorado Springs. Let me just double check that for you here. Let me make sure I'm not dealing with confirmed tornado debris. Not seeing a tight a velocity couplet lining up with that. And if I look at just the Springfield radar site, looks fairly noisy, and it's not really lining up very well. So for the time being, from what I'm observing, I'm not seeing a tornado on the ground in eastern parts of Vernon County. With that said, as long as that warning is still in effect, we want you to be in your safe place until it expires at about 6:45. In the meantime, we will continue to keep an eye on this main line in general. We are checking in with emergency management, at least trying to, at least with McDonald County, parts of Newton County, and especially out in Barton and Vernon counties, because when that CC dropped around northern Barton County and working over Sheldon, that looked a little bit suspicious to me, and hopefully we don't have any tornado damage from that storm, but we're trying to get information out of that, and if we have anything to pass along to you, we will get that to you coming up on Fox 14 News at 9 or at KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, we'll continue to keep you up to date with Skywatch Storm Alert at the bottom of your screen. Keep it tuned right here to KOAM and Fox 14. We'll keep you advised.
The safe